Here's another 60-day challenge question that came in. 60-day challenge seems really daunting. I know people participate in Nano every year, but how am I supposed to write 50,000 words in a month?
The same way you eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
Mm, that's it. Move on.
You're right.
No.
You know, I have the kind of brain that has to break things into pieces to be able to process it. At having raised 5 kids, we had lots of dirty dishes in the house, and if you ever walk in the kitchen and you see a sink full of dirty dishes, you think, "How am I ever gonna clean this kitchen?" But what I do is I segment everything out and I wash silverware first and then glasses and then plates and then cookware. And, you have a system, you break it into achievable pieces. And then it doesn't look like a sink full of dirty dishes. It's, you're just going through the process. And that I think about novel writing the exact same way. If we're talking about NaNoWriMo, 50,000 words breaks into 1,667 words a day. And as we have proven in our writing sprints, um, yeah, you and I tend to be on the higher end of word count each week because we've been doing this a long time and because we want to beat each other, and that plays more into it
It
than just
helps.
about anything, I know I can in a 20-minute sprint if I'm really pushing hard and I have a plan and I know what I'm writing, I can fairly easily get 700 to 800 words. Um, and then, take a break, do another one. I can get another 6 to 700 words. Well, then I'm 3/4 of my way there. And then, I can take a break for a couple hours, get my thoughts together, come back and knock out that last little bit. For me, it's all about achievable pieces. I can't think of I'm writing a 50,000 word novel. I can't think of it in those terms. I think of what I need to accomplish today. And this is where having a plan for my novel really helps because I know that I have a scene coming up and the scene needs to accomplish this thing. And so now I just need to write this thing and I just need to work through the process that day of getting this accomplished. And then I worry about tomorrow. That's not for me to worry about today. It's what do I need to write to accomplish today? So for me, it's all about breaking it into achievable pieces and understanding what my plan is so that when I sit down to write, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Break it down to achievable pieces. And I'd like to add consistency for me is a lot more important
Yeah.
than a word count goal.
Right.
If you are able to sit down every single day or every other day, whatever works with your schedule, and write, say, 500 words in half an hour, the more you do that, the more progress you're going to make. It's a lot better than saying, okay, where's my 2 hour window to write 2,000 words? But you're also going to get faster, right? That 500 words in half an hour is going to turn to 600 and then 700 and then 800. And then maybe you'll find more time. You'll be able to get bonus 800 words in or something like that. I had somebody and I'm referencing the challenge community a lot, but like it's bumping over there. So somebody mentioned that they have a child they're looking after, they're in school, they work. Where the heck am I going to find time for this? And if 50,000 words, if 1667 words a day doesn't work for you, if 50,000 words in a month doesn't work, I'd rather you aim for that, whatever works every day, and go for that. If you
Yeah.
can only write 20,000 words in November, and that equates to whatever it equates to, 400 words a day or something, perfect. Do that. That's 20,000 words more than what you had before it started. The 50,000 words is a little arbitrary. I just want people to focus on sitting their butts down and writing in those small digestible chunks. That is
Right.
so much more important than this 50,000 word goal. Now,
Yeah.
if you hit the 50,000 word goal, excellent. But that means looking forward, having the plan that we're coming up with this month, but also what we'll talk about in week 4 is looking forward and blocking out time in your calendar and being intentional about it, because writing 1,667 words a day is not easy, right? Even for us, like, yeah, you and I In a writing sprint, if we have two 20-minute sprints, I think we get somewhere between like 15 and 1800 words usually.
Yeah.
So that satisfies that, but we have to do that every single day, weekends included, if we want to hit
Right.
this goal.
Right.
And for people that say, write 400 words in a 20-minute sprint, that means you're doing 4 20-minute sprints per day, every day. You need to be intentional about blocking that out, because that kind of time isn't just going to present itself to you.
Right. And
So,
a little insight into my process for writing sprints. Most of the things I've been writing in a writing sprints are a book that I'm only writing during writing sprints. This is a bonus book that's nowhere on my radar of anything I'm
yep.
trying to produce. I've become very enamored of the book, but it's not something that's in my production schedule. So I think about that all week long. Like I'll have little moments where it's like, oh, I would like to add this. And so when I get to the writing sprint, I'm usually bubbling over with knowing what I want to write.
That's your
And that's
secret.
when that's very easy to write something you've been thinking about all week, as opposed to I just did this yesterday and now I'm out of ideas today. What do I do now? That's a very different thing. But what NaNoWriMo or the 60-day writing challenge, or however you want to look at it, really does is yeah, it's an arbitrary number, 50,000 words, but it can prove to you that if you're able to work into the schedule, you can achieve more than you think you can. And sometimes you can't, but that's it. But if you're able to find the cracks of life, to quote Michael Laron, I mean, you can do it if you want to. That's what it can teach you, is that you can accomplish more than you think you can.